trying to grow, as you said, what would you give them? What advice would you give them?
Enjoy the game. Right now we're doing tryouts, which is very stressful for everybody, for parents, for coaches, for the club, for the athletes. And I'm thinking, you know what? It doesn't matter if you get picked or not. Enjoy the game. Enjoy the game.
Exactly.
Continue to grow. Continue to enjoy it, because a guy like me cannot play anymore at my level, and I wish I could.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Into the Zone Sports Talk. Today, I'm with a special guest. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Sashar. I've known you, how long, Manny?
Long time.
Yeah. Coached you years ago for Boston Academy.
Yeah.
So excited to be on your show, and I guess I'm here because I'm a football coach and former player.
There we go.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to talk about today. I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you for being on the show. I got a couple questions for you, and I'm just going to start with, just tell us a bit about your background, just from being a player and then going into coaching.
When I was young, straight out of high school, did work experience at the Newcastle Academy in the UK. Did that for a few years and then moved to Canada. And just never really thought about coaching. Just immersed myself. I played for Metro Ford, the Wolves, and actually got injured early on in my career, about 24 years old. Got patella tendonitis in my knees, and if you know anything about that, it severely limits your ability to run. So I had to stop for a while and look for a substitute, and the substitute was coaching. So I started off working at Brad Higgs soccer schools. I'm not sure if you've heard of those, but started there, and then I went into Ridge Meadows, which was called West Coast at the time. And I've coached all over. I've coached in the Fraser Valley, from Metro Ford, Poco, right here, Burnaby, Port Moody, several academies, Apex Academy. And I'm currently working for the Whitecaps.
There you go. All right. Yeah. So was it your injury that inspired you to be a coach, or just what inspired you to be a coach?
At 16, I was coaching the Newcastle Academy, and the guy, Neil Winskill, he actually coaches Newcastle U18s or U21s right now, and he told me, go stateside, or go to North America and continue coaching. Didn't really take that advice from him. He told me it's something that he wanted to do. He never had the chance to do it. It was in the back of my mind, but I was focused on playing, and it was a friend of mine. After I stopped playing, I was looking for whatever you want to call it, that next high or whatever, and he's like, listen, let's get you involved in coaching. And it was funny at the beginning, it's just you're at camps or whatever, kids are running around, you're just herding cats or babysitting. I was like, what is this? I don't want this. And funnily enough, at the time Brad Higgs said, we'll give you a girls' team to coach. And I'm like, no chance. What are you doing? I would never in a million years. I don't want this. And it ended up being like a huge blessing for me. It was U8 girls, and I coached them until U13, and then again at U18 for a year. And it was one of the greatest life lessons I've ever had, working with those young athletes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And how has the game changed from since you were a player, or just starting as a coach?
Geez, when I was a player, it was a lot of discipline. I've always had a lot of discipline, a lot of structure, a lot of hard work. Not a lot of direction. I didn't get the guidance and the direction when I was a player, which I think would have helped me improve a lot. I was a winger, so it was like run up and down, make sure you get back, whip crosses in, take shots. There wasn't a lot of structure, and the game has evolved so much. If you watch Man City, Bayern Munich, Liverpool, it's focused on tactics now. So even I'm coaching the U16 boys out here. It's very tactically based, and a lot of man management. I think when I was growing up as a kid in the 2000s, it was a lot of motivation, but not a lot of positive motivation. It's a lot of I don't know what you want to call it, but the Sir Alex Ferguson way of doing things. Guys like Roy Keane in the changing rooms and stuff like that.
I don't even know. I don't know the word for that either, but I get what you mean.
People say old school, but whatever that means. But it's evolved a lot, and Sometimes you get that from me now, depending on which team I coach. It's sometimes you put your arm around someone. It's a lot of motivation or man management or whatever you want to call it. But a lot of it is to do with tactics and sort of finding solutions to whatever problems are on the field, or empowering the athletes with tools so they can figure it out themselves. Because you can only do so much, especially on at a game.
Yeah.
You know, you've done your work, as you know, you've done your stuff for the week.
Of course.
You've got to go out there and do the business. There's nothing I can do, right?
No, because you taught us it all.
Yeah.
Since you're talking about build-up and tactics, for the U16 boys that you're coaching now, what are your tactics? Like, what do you want to show that? What do you want to teach them at practice so they can show it in the game?
Breaking lines is very important. Finding space, so that, because as you probably know, you get like what, a second to a second and a half on the ball, something like that. So how can you give yourself more time on the ball? It's all about movement and finding spaces. Once you find spaces and you figure out the timing, that's all there is to football, space and time.
All right. So what do you value most in a player, like their skills or attitude? What do you care about the most?
First and foremost, I am kind of old school, I guess, behavior. If you have the right attitude, because I've coached, I've coached hundreds of athletes. I can count on one hand the 3 or 4 athletes that I would say are my favorite. And there's a lot of great, like yourself,
like me, Barca days,
like Martin,
you
know, a lot of great lads. But there's 3 or 4 that I'd say had the complete package, and it came with discipline, self-discipline, attitude, and growth as well. Willing to grow and learn, and ask for feedback. There's a young lad I work with the U16s right now, Stuart. He came from Division 2. He's playing Division 1 now, and every practice he's asking questions.
I love that.
It would annoy some people, but not me, because I'm like, this guy wants to
learn. He wants to grow. Yeah.
So let's help him.
And what's the biggest challenge you've faced as a coach?
Oh, you want me to be controversial now?
Be controversial. Let's see what you got.
Okay.
Biggest challenge. Biggest challenge. Out of all
this is going to get you ratings, but
is it like
poor organization from clubs?
Okay.
Annoying parents who need to know when to shut the fuck up and go watch from the bleachers. Those are the things that annoy me, because it doesn't allow you to do your job at the full ability that you want. And at times, because of things like that, the politics that's involved and the bureaucracy and the way that it's very business oriented here drives me mad. And it comes from the top, from the 100%. Those things have driven me away from the game more often than not.
That's tough. And what do you miss most about playing?
I play on my men's team now. And there's lads that are 18, 19 coming out. And and then we're playing against guys the same age, and I'm like, I'm better than him.
I like motivation.
But the injuries that pile up, I didn't play for a number of years, so it's not being able to be as good as I was.
All right.
That's what I miss. And plus, going to away games, the camaraderie. You're all in a car, or sometimes you're in a bus or something.
I feel like at our age, it's better. I think we like that more, to be with all your friends and you're like in the car. But I mean, when you're older, it's like kind of annoying, right? And then especially with the.
I don't find it annoying. I had an old shitty Chevy van, and I would pick up 7-8 guys and go to games a few years ago.
That's awesome.
And we're piling in, and the banter going to the game, and then after the game, we're all having a laugh. And it's. That's what I miss.
It's memories. So if you want to explain your men's team right now, what's the name?
We're pretty famous, infamous. Our team name is Players in Paris. You probably guessed that. That's from a Kanye. We have 10 minutes left. That's from a Kanye song from many years ago. What it is was at the time, me and my friend were unhappy with the way we're being coached. So we're like, let's do this ourselves. Let's put our own team together, and let's get all our mates. And our mates happen to be ballers. We put it together. It's been on and off for the past, I think, 10 years or something like that. And lately it's ramped up a bit thanks to social media. and you never know who's going to show up. We have a game with the African Nations Cup team on Friday, and there's a who's who of players on the roster. And we had a lad come out last week for our league game. He's got 2 caps for his national team.
Wow, that's awesome. That's cool. Actually.
Yeah, don't be fooled by the name. Yeah. I still get a lot of people going, "What's that?"
Yeah,
well, it's a team that could spank your fucking team.
And I actually have a viewer that asked a question to me before. He said, "Ask Sashar if I can get a 1-game contract," and that's Martin. So what do you have to say about that?
I like Martin. He was a good lad. He was very passionate back in the day, and he cared a lot. And I'm glad he's doing well. And last year we did a players' youth game where it was like 16, between the ages of like 12 and 18.
Okay.
If we do that again, he's welcome to come out. Yeah. So you.
Perfect. Yeah. All right. So now I'm just gonna ask you some fun, quick answer questions, quick fire. So who's your favorite player of all time?
Juan Roman Riquelme. He was the number 10 in Argentina and Barcelona.
Okay. And why do you like him? Why?
He dictated the play from midfield. He would drop deep and collect, and he would break lines. He would be the box-to-box kind of midfielder. Just his stature, the way he plays is sort of the way I played. When I was fast on the wing, when I played midfield, I didn't have the pace, but I kind of moved like him. And with flair players, you always try to emulate the flair players. Yeah.
And if you could coach one team in the world right now, who would it be and why?
Sunderland, because that's my team. Yeah. And there's things behind the scenes that you hear about and you're like, oh gosh, I would have done that better. Yeah. Joe Bellingham's already on a flight to Germany to go to possibly Frankfurt or Leipzig or Dortmund, and I'm like, no, why?
Yeah.
Why don't you keep him? He doesn't have to go anywhere.
He's so young.
We're in the Premier League.
Exactly.
If you want him, 50 million and Giovanni Reina.
Wow.
And we'll think about it, you know?
And how long have you liked Sunderland for? And what do you think they're going to do this year in the Prem?
Since I was born, man. You're in England, brother. I don't know if you've been to England, but there's football and then there's religion.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And football is number one. Yeah. I'm sure you've seen the documentary Sunderland Till I Die on Netflix.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. They breathe that. So that's my team. That's my team. We just got promoted on Saturday, and I got really emotional, and I felt something. Yeah. And that was like true love. So that was. And what are they going to do this season? I think we're going to stay up and do really well because our chairman's a billionaire. Yeah. And we're doing things the right way. So
And if you could give advice to any aspiring players trying to grow, as you said, what would you give them? What advice would you give them?
Enjoy the game. Right now we're doing tryouts, which is very stressful for everybody, for parents, for coaches, for the club, for the athletes. Yeah. And I'm thinking, you know what? It doesn't matter if you get picked or not. Enjoy the game. Enjoy the game. Exactly. Continue to grow. Continue to enjoy it, because a guy like me cannot play anymore at my level, and I wish I could.
All right, the lights are turning off. People are coming.
We're getting kicked out.
So we gotta go. But thank you for the interview. It was awesome.
I appreciate you, man.
And we'll see you guys soon. See you. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Into the Zone Sports Talk. Today, I'm with a special guest. Please introduce yourself.
My name's Sashar. It's nice to meet you. Fucking hell, let's do it.
Okay, it's fine. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Into the Zone Sports Talk. Today, I'm with a special guest. Please introduce yourself.
My name's Sashar, and nice to meet you.
All right.
Let's do it again.
All right. You want to do it? Okay. Oh, yeah, it's all good. Yeah.